What's up, y'all? It's me, Terrence, and I'm back with another video. And today we're going to be taking a look at Wakanda Forever. This movie is not really a highly anticipated movie for me. It might be for some, but we'll talk about it as we get into the review. This is a very lengthy movie, so make sure you, wherever theater you're going to, that you got a very comfortable seat. This movie comes in at a whopping 2 hours and 49 minutes. Yes, this is a very long movie, probably the longest movie I've seen this year, if I'm not mistaken. But we're gonna get into it. And yeah, make sure you got a comfortable seat and also some tissue handy, because this is one of them real tearjerker type movies. This movie is really emotionally driven, I feel like, you know what I'm saying, especially based off of the fact that Chadwick Boseman passed away. God rest his soul, and I feel like they played a lot off into this movie, you know what I'm saying. So make sure you got some tissue, because this is going to be a tearjerker for some people. And I'm going to try my hardest not to spoil too much of the movie for you. I'm not going to give away the ending or nothing like that, but there's little parts that's in the movie that I'm probably going to spoil for some people if you haven't seen it. So let's get right into it. This movie is, like I said, they try to play a lot on the emotional part of it, you know, with Chadwick Boseman passing away. I really don't know where to start with this movie, because it's a lot to dissect in this 3 hour long movie. I'm just rounding the number up, but it's pretty much 3 hours long. When you go into the movie, you're going into it like how you might have went when you first seen the first Black Panther movie, you know, and how you felt about the first Black Panther movie, you know. And going into this movie, I didn't feel really like that. And the main reason why I didn't really feel like that going into this movie is because, yeah, the passing of Chadwick, but also it just seemed like the direction of the movie was going in a whole different direction that I really wasn't feeling. But all my personal ideas and things about the movie aside, I went to go see the movie with high hopes of it being good. Now wait, before y'all think that I just feel like the movie was so terrible, let me explain to you my thoughts about the movie or whatever. I'm kind of talking in circles, I know it, but I'm gonna get there, just bear with me. So honestly, this movie is in my opinion way too long. That's one of the biggest drop downs from this movie, is that it's way too long. I felt like it was a lot of unnecessary dialogue throughout the movie, and the plot of the movie was scattered all over the place, and some of the CGI wasn't really that good to me. It was scenes in a fight scene, like it just looked like we was watching a cartoon or something. Like it was like a Pixar movie that I'm watching, with some of these fight scenes that they had going on, and some of the stuff that they had like with the ships and everything. I know we got CGI now, but I really feel like they kind of slacked in this movie. And the feel of the movie is so different than the original Black Panther movie. I had to check and see who directed it to make sure it was the same person. There's a lot of things that just left questions when I was watching this movie that never got answered, and there's some things that just didn't have to happen in the movie that just really didn't make sense to me. This movie to me was the equivalent of, like, for example, this was like let's just say this was Destiny's Child, right? And Beyonce decided to lead the group, right? They're like the main character or whatever decided to lead the group. They left the group. And you would think that Kelly Rowland would naturally, if they decide to keep the group going, Kelly Rowland would, you know, decide to be the lead singer. Well, in this instant, instead of letting Kelly Rowland be the lead singer, I feel like they put the shoulders on Michelle. And I'm not saying Michelle's not a great singer. I'm not saying that she can't sing. I'm just saying a lot of the songs that they decide to make don't meet the tempo of how she sings. So it makes it seem awkward. And that's kind of how I felt about this movie. Throughout the whole movie, they put the bulk of the movie on Cherie. And in the first movie, I really didn't care for her acting too much, but she didn't really have like a real big role in the first movie. Like, you've seen her here and there, but I could push it to the side. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not really that upset. But with her being a lead actress in this movie and her carrying the bulk of the load, a lot of her spotty acting throughout the movie really shined out for me and really left a bad taste in my mouth. And what I mean by that is, I really wasn't convinced when she was looking sad. I really wasn't convinced when she was speaking her African accent. I really wasn't convinced when she was mad. It was like it was just all over the place to me with her acting. And not saying that she's not a good actress. Like I said, just the tempo of this movie wasn't fitting for me with the what the role was demanding out of her, if that makes sense. Even the physical feats that she had to do. Not saying that a body type is a certain needy or you have to have a certain body type to be a hero or strong. It just wasn't believable with the way her movements was throughout the movie, and it just, I don't know, it just didn't really look right to me. Well, I don't want to just sit here and make it seem like I'm bashing her, but I really wasn't feeling her as the lead role. And then a supporting actress that was and I can't remember her name in the movie or her name as the actress, but the one that was T'Challa's girlfriend in the previous movie, I feel like she could have held the mantle as the main actress in this movie way better, because she just seemed like she's a little better at acting, or with like drama roles, or when she looked at sad, it really seemed like she was sad. When it looked like she was a secret agent, she really looked like she was a secret spy sneaking through, and it just fit better. I feel like she would have did better as the lead role in this movie. I know they wanted to pass the mantle down to his sister or keep it in the bloodline, but as the movie progressed, the plot started falling apart, because when you think of how they wanted to pass it down to her, and then at the end somebody else is doing something else, it just didn't make sense. Like, for the people who've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about, and I don't want to give away too much, but I really feel like this movie would have been way better if it was shorter. I feel like by them making it so long and drawing out a lot of the stuff throughout the movie is what made me really look at a lot of the flaws within the movie, and I started getting bored halfway in. Like, even a quarter in of the movie, I was getting bored with a lot of the unnecessary dialogue that they had going on, and just like the lack of character development throughout the movie. It seemed like everybody progressed from the last movie instead of progressing. It just seemed like everybody took a step back after Chadwick died in this movie. And speaking of his death, like I said, R.I.P., God rest his soul. But I feel like they played too much on that throughout the movie. And let me break that down. We all know he passed away. We all know that. And y'all try to broadcast it throughout the movie like he died from some random sickness or whatever. And I feel like y'all underplayed that to the aspect. Like, I'd rather y'all say he died in battle or something, and now we have to find a different Black Panther, or he got blew up on a boat or something like that. It would have made more sense than just saying he died from a disease, because he's the Black Panther. So in actuality, we thinking like, how can he die from disease if he ate the herb? Shouldn't he be healed or whatever? But I guess that don't heal you. I don't know. I don't understand it. And even when y'all try to play it in, I feel like it was more of a cash grab. It wasn't more of a, we really care about the fans or nothing like that, where let's put this tidbit in about him because of the fans. I feel like Disney, Marvel, whatever, they only included him because people was gonna come out just for the sake of knowing what happened to him in the universe. I'd rather they would have handled it by just recasting him, you know. And yeah, that might be like a hot take to some people or whatever, but y'all recast all these people all the time, and they still alive, and they still gotta provide for their family. People, we are realistic. We gotta live in a realistic time. He passed away, you know what I'm saying? It's sad, but things gotta go on. If y'all want to make the franchise continue to go on, go ahead and recast them. Nobody's not gonna be that mad about it. If they are, so what? This is how life goes. It gotta just keep going on, because eventually y'all are gonna recast them. Y'all not gonna keep Cherie as the Black Panther. Y'all gonna keep on moving, or say something happened where she don't want to do the role no more. Y'all gonna recast her. So it really didn't make sense of why they did it like that. And overall, I feel like the movie suffered a lot, because I feel like they had a whole different direction they wanted to take it, and then they was like, oh, Chadwick passed, let's just throw all this other stuff. And I feel like this movie is more so threw together. I feel like they had a great villain, and Namor or however the hell you say his name. I feel like they had a great villain. I feel like they had some good ideas throughout the movie, but it was executed badly and just didn't really hold well together. I honestly don't ever see me watching this movie ever again. You know what I'm saying? Like, this movie was way too long for me to even entertain wanting to watch it again, and for me to even think that I felt like I missed anything. I don't even feel like I missed anything throughout the movie. With all that being said, I honestly feel like this movie was like a 3 out of 10. You know what I'm saying? This movie is real low on the spectrum. This might have been the worst Marvel movie I've seen this year. I know some people are gonna tear me in half, like, oh, this happened. Yeah. We could talk about it in the comments below. And coming from a standpoint of, like, say I never seen nothing at all, like, say my memory was erased and I just wanted to go see a movie randomly and I ain't know nothing about the cinematic universe or nothing that happened, and I just happened to see this movie, I still feel like this movie was like a 5 based off of that alone, because it just wasn't enjoyable. It was too long to be enjoyable, and there was too many flawable things as far as like the messed up CGI at times and the crazy plot. Like, you had certain things that's supposed to happen and then they changed their mind about it, and then they was doing this and then they doing that, and then it was just too much going on. Like, you know, you come for one thing and you get a whole nother meal. You know, you order a hamburger and they bring you out meatloaf, and you don't like, what the hell? Like, even though it's the same like type of meat or whatever, but it's prepared totally different, and it changed the whole spectrum of the movie. And that's how I feel about it. You know what I'm saying? Let me know in the comments below what you thought about the movie. Did you love it? Did you hate it? I don't know. You know, just let me know in the comments below. And if you haven't already, or if I haven't pissed you off by this review, like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And hit that notification bell so you can be up to date on all my videos. With all that being said, I guess I'll catch y'all on the next video. God bless and peace.